Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Lidia Tenuta and together with Susanna Testa, we are coordinators of the Master in Accessory Design at the Politecnico di Milano. We started this master directed by Professor Alba Castiglieri some years ago with the idea that accessory is a really important part of fashion today and also because we received many requests from companies for students with a specialization in accessory design. So that is why we decided to start with this adventure. And also today we are going on with the master, exactly with the idea of giving to the students an overview on the different kind of accessories from leather goods to jewelry, from watches to eyeglasses, together with some theoretical lesson and also an internship experience. Now I would leave the stage to Susanna to go deeper in the structure of the master and the organization.
Yes, thank you very much, Livia. Thank you very much for our ladies who decided to join the conversation today. And really, I would just want to give a very short introduction to what the master is, just to give you and present it and give you a better overview of what the master consists in. I will start mainly talking about what POLI.design is. So as you might know, the master is held and organized by POLI.design. And POLI.design is a consortium founded by Politecnico di Milano, which is, and it was founded in 1999, so it's now been quite a bit around. So it's like 20 years almost that POLI.design is there. And it's actually a consortium that operates directly with the companies within the different fields of competences in design. So it comes from Politecnico, so the university, the scientific university, which is public, but then it has more, let's say, private orientation, and it really partners up with the companies of the sector. So I don't know if you've heard about Politecnico di Milano. Politecnico di Milano is one of the most prestigious scientific and technological universities, also at international level. And it started with engineering, it went on with architecture, and only more recently it opened up to the field of design. We do research, so it's not only didactics, but we work in the field of research in design as well. So we do not only have students and professors, but we also have PhDs that research in the field of design, and it is one of the few realities like this in Italy. So at the Politecnico di Milano, we offer both bachelor courses, but also master courses, and they're structured according to the different specialization of design. So from industrial design to communication, from interior to fashion, but also we have master courses that are dedicated, let's say, more generically to the field of the system of design. So, for example, we have a master course that is not dedicated to fashion design, but it studies what happens within the system of design, of design for fashion. So, just to give you an overview of what is the ranking of Politecnico di Milano, as you can see, it is the first one in Italy for art and design, the second one in Europe, and the fifth one within the world. So, pretty significant numbers. This is also something that we are really proud of. So let's move to what the specializing master in accessory design is. First of all, the idea is really to bring what is the Politecnico mindset towards applied to the field of fashion design. That means not only being like a creative genius, but really applying also some rational and some methodologies that comes from experimentation and from a very sick and systematic methodology of designing. So the overall idea is really to join what is the research phase together with the practice, so to join hands and mind, and also to join what is, let's say, a more craft approach to design, to the application of newer technologies. We really believe in new technologies, and we really support the contamination with different fields and different worlds and different sectors, such as, for example, the one of digital technologies to the one of fashion design and accessory design. So as I said, the idea is really to develop projects, to partner with companies, to really develop projects that are innovative, not only from the perspective and the point of view of the concept, but also from the perspective of the experimentation in the field. I would like to give you an overview on how the master is structured in terms of academic year. So the master lasts for 1 year in total, and what you have is a first phase that is dedicated to, let's say, theoretical lessons. So you will have professors, but also professionals coming from the field, who will give you theoretical lessons on different kinds of topics that go from, for example, retail to marketing, from history to the new trends dedicated to the field of fashion accessories. Then after that, you will have 2 weeks, full immersive full weeks of tools. So you will have one part dedicated to the learning of 3D programs. In this case, we use Rhino and to create the models, and then we use also rendering programs to then create the scene at a digital level. Then we have a part dedicated to graphics. So it's pretty intense, and we consider that the students already have a background of this, but we give you some tips on how to optimize the use and the skills in the graphic programs. In particular, we use the Adobe suite, so InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop. And then we have a part dedicated to photography. Once this part is over, we shift to the core of the master, which is the one dedicated to the workshops. That is for us the most important part, together with the internship. So in that very phase, you will have the possibility of go through different kind of workshops, so project partnered with professional coming from the field of expertise. So according to the topic of the workshop, you will have a teacher guiding you to the process of designing. So usually these workshops last for a week, from Monday to Friday, and you will have to develop the project from the brief, going through a research, and the development of the drawings and the concept development, and finally the development of the presentation in front of the class and in front of a commission. The workshops are different, so you will have different workshops, so approximately 10 workshops, each and every one dedicated to a specific typology of accessories. So as Lydia was explaining, you will go from watch design to shoe design, from handbag design to luggage, from jewelry to hat design. And each and every professional will give you his perspective or her perspective according to their experience also. So this is something interesting. So after this phase, which usually ends up in approximately at the beginning of March, you will have another part, a very last part dedicated to the portfolio development, and after that, you will be matched with a company for the final internship. So this is usually how the structure of the master works. As I said, we also develop a prototype. We do not create final pieces, also because the workshops are very intense. So what we really would like for you to focus on is the design process. So yes, we develop prototypes, but the prototypes are mainly study prototypes. So we encourage you, and sometimes you will really have to make them. And for some workshop, in particular for head design, we will ask you to create a piece. But usually what we ask you is to develop prototype to understand the dimension, the proportion, and the feasibility of the object. As I said, we really encourage you to work on new materials, to experiment, and to bring innovation within the field. So for sure, this is something we really take into consideration. And one other important thing is that we really believe in contaminating not only the field of design with the other field, but also contaminating life experiences. So for us, it's really important to have a very, let's say, rich class in terms of cultures, in terms of backgrounds. So we really encourage different kinds of background, different kind of cultures joining the masters. And this is something that really brings an important value to the experience of the master itself. We usually have very international classes. The master is held in English, and usually then people tend to, keep in contact and build a network after the years. Here, just a very short overview of the different partners we had for the last editions. So the names come from, the brands come from very different, let's say, areas of accessory design, from the more high-end to the more commercial. So just to give you a very short overview on this. How to apply, so for all these things, like I'm not going to spend too much time on this because usually offices give all these specific details better than I do. So the date of starting will be approximately in November, and you will start and you will finish in December 2021. You have the fee, and everything is written on the website, and then also for, let's say, the deadlines of applying, it should be approximately in October. But for all these very details, if you are interested in applying, we ask you to directly get in contact with the offices. Okay, so my overview is finished.